This transformation rarely happens overnight. Beliefs developed over years often require patience and persistence to replace, yet every significant change begins with a new assumption. A person who has struggled with failure must eventually begin seeing themselves as successful before success becomes natural. A person who has experienced rejection must begin seeing themselves as worthy before healthy relationships can flourish. A person who desires abundance must first feel abundant in consciousness before abundance becomes visible in their circumstances. The inner change always precedes the outer manifestation. Many people reverse this process. They say, "When I see success, I will believe I am successful." They say, "When I receive love, I will feel worthy." They say, "When I have money, I will feel abundant." But this approach keeps them trapped because they are waiting for the external world to create an internal belief. The deeper truth is that the internal belief must come first. The person who understands this principle realizes that circumstances are not the source of identity. Identity is the source of circumstances. When you accept a new belief about yourself, you begin changing from the inside out. At first, nothing may appear different externally. The world may continue reflecting old assumptions for a period of time. Yet beneath the surface, a powerful transformation is already taking place. Like a seed growing underground, the process is invisible before it becomes visible. The challenge during this period is persistence. Most people abandon a new belief because they do not see immediate results. They look at present circumstances and conclude that nothing is changing. They allow appearances to convince them that their new assumption is false. Yet appearances are often echoes of past beliefs. The conditions you experience today may simply be the delayed expression of thoughts and assumptions previously entertained. If you react to those conditions by returning to old beliefs, you perpetuate the cycle. Instead, remain faithful to the new vision of yourself. Continue accepting it as true, regardless of temporary appearances. Over time, reality must conform to the dominant belief held within consciousness. This requires faith, not blind faith in something outside yourself, but faith in the creative power of your own awareness. Every great achievement in history began as an assumption before it became a fact. Every invention existed first in imagination. Every masterpiece existed first in vision. Every accomplishment was once invisible. The individual who succeeds is often the one who remains loyal to an unseen possibility long enough for it to become reality. The imagination plays a crucial role in this process. Imagination is not merely a source of fantasy. It is one of the most powerful creative faculties available to human beings. Through imagination, you can experience a desired reality internally before it appears externally. When you vividly imagine an outcome and emotionally accept it as real, you begin impressing that belief upon the deeper levels of consciousness. Repeated often enough, the imagined reality starts feeling natural. What once seemed impossible gradually becomes believable, and what becomes believable eventually becomes achievable. This is why it is important to guard the stories you tell yourself. Every person carries an internal narrative. Some stories empower, while others restrict. One person tells themselves, "I always find a way." Another says, "Nothing ever works out for me." One story generates confidence, the other generates defeat. Life tends to reflect whichever story is most consistently believed. The good news is that stories can be rewritten. No matter what has happened in the past, you have the ability to adopt a new assumption about yourself and your future. The past does not have to dictate what comes next unless you continue identifying with it. Many people live as prisoners of former experiences. They define themselves by previous failures, disappointments, and mistakes. Yet every moment offers an opportunity to choose a different belief. You are not required to remain the person you were yesterday. You can begin now by asking a simple question. What would I believe if I already possessed the life I desire? Would you see yourself differently? Would you walk differently? Would you speak differently? Would you make different decisions? Would you expect better outcomes? The answers reveal the beliefs that need to be cultivated. Rather than waiting for reality to change before adopting those beliefs, adopt them first. Begin identifying with the version of yourself that already embodies the qualities you seek. Think from that identity rather than merely thinking about it. When a belief becomes natural, effort decreases. Actions begin flowing more easily because they are no longer forced. They arise naturally from your self-concept. This is why changing beliefs is often more powerful than trying to change behavior directly. Behavior follows identity.